I got an email here from Paula, and she asked, if you can get stuck in the past, thinking it was a good time of your life, and how things may now be. How things may now be bad. How does one stop dwelling on the past if it was not good, hoping God will forgive? How do you know you are forgiven? Do you ever know, or does it matter? Did you guys understand that?
A lot.
So let's go to the first question. If you could get stuck in the past, thinking it was a good time of your life, and how things may now be bad, how does one stop dwelling on the past if it was not good? Anybody want to respond to that?
Yeah, I would like to respond.
Okay.
Let's move on with the future.
Just move on to the future.
You can do about it. The past is over with. Tomorrow will come, though.
Yeah, but if you, I'll come back to that. Let me just move on to the future. That's a very interesting statement. Yes.
I think from experience being stuck in the past, what worked for me was letting go and letting God, and knowing, really submitting my ego and my plans and my desire and my will for God's will,
Good point.
and letting it go.
Good point. If you could get stuck in the past, thinking it was a good time of your life and how things may now be bad, how does one stop dwelling on the past if it was not good? So she thought the past was good, and now things now appears to be bad. How does one stop dwelling on the past if it was not good? I think what she's saying, I believe last Sunday I said that you shouldn't judge good or bad.
Right.
So she may have been thinking, well, that in the past, life was good.
Right.
Now it's not good. How do I stop thinking about it being good in the past and now it's not good? So I think she's responding to that.
Because I realize if you keep your eyes somewhere else, and you can't make your present good if you keep looking at the past good. You know, you're gonna, wherever you are, wherever your focus is, that's what you're gonna do. So if you're looking in the past, then you're gonna mess up the future. You're gonna mess up your present right now. Today, all you have is today.
And when you say look, if your eyes are focused on the past, what do you mean your eyes are focused? How your eyes, are you like looking back this way?
However you're looking at it, however you see it, is what you see. If you're looking in the past.
But how
not
does one
literally,
look in the past?
It's not literal, but she's thinking in the past. So today she can't focus on what she can't see what to do in the moment.
Don't you just love this question? The more and more we discuss it, the more I love it. And we had a real good discussion about this last week, and I'm just surprised at the answers today. Do you know what causes a person to get stuck in the past?
Because they don't want to really deal with the present. That's mine. They don't want to really deal with the present.
Oh, okay.
They're stuck in the past because what's in the past, whether it's good or bad, you're resenting something there, or you really want to escape back to the good part of it also.
Yes, ma'am.
They judge it as good or bad.
Yes, ma'am. They judge it as good or bad. And that decision about it is what causes them to get stuck. Forrest, I'm working with a young person right now who only problem is think that the past was better than the now. And they feel guilty about it because they said to me, I said, so what do you think got you tripping like this? Because I'm nothing now. In the past, I was this, I was good at this, I was well known, I was popular, everybody loved me, I had this going on, and now I don't have it going on. And because they judge that as good, they now hate themselves and they hate now. And that's what is keeping them locked in. What, you know the person that's what I call it, not as you, it's not you, but but because and so by judging the past as good and famous and popular and smart, and those things are not happening right now, they can't move forward. They can't live the now and become the greatness that they could be now. So it's a decision making about the past that causes you to get locked into the past.
Judgment.
And that judgment. And that is of the devil, you playing God, and the devil replay that tape all the time. You're not like you used to be. You're not popular. Remember when you were young and beautiful. And then you hate that because you're the judger. Life is over for you. But if you don't make that decision that this moment is good, but just live the moment, you're ready for the next moment. You don't have to become an alcoholic or a drug addict because you have not made a decision about your life or anything in your life. That makes sense?
Yes, absolutely.
So that's what they did. I'm like, wow, that's deep. And what they're trying to do is get that life back. And if they don't get that back, they feel like they don't have a life anymore.
That's right.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
But it's come from that decision making, calling the path life good. This moment is good. The fact that you can overcome issues, the fact that you can see, the fact that God is guiding you is good.
It's just different.
Yeah.
Now it's different.
And it didn't happen yesterday, it happened then, just like now is happening. And then you can't run to the future because that's a setup too. Because you've judged that the future is going to be better because the past is so bad now. And so the reason that this lady feel that, so when I say that there's no such thing as good or bad, only God knows that. You have to let him show you, but you live right now and don't make that decision because you will hang your life up. The devil used it against you. Because of ourselves, we don't know good and we don't know bad. Whatever this person was doing then, they were good this and they were good at that, they were smart in school, that was then. Enjoy it now, let it happen, and be ready for the next moment. Do not make a decision about it. So what gets you locked in the past is making a decision about now being bad or good. Because things are constantly changing in the earth. Nothing stays the same. And so if you're judging this good feeling moment as good, this popularity as good, then when that shut down, because it's going to change, it's not going to always be that way, now you got to deal with bad. You made a decision about bad. That makes sense?
Yes.
It's a decision about it. It's the mindset about it. The mind is a terrible thing to save. I saw you first being here. Yes, sir.
Where we are right now, we're in the middle. Everybody, wherever you are, you always at the middle between your past and your future. Like yesterday was your past, or 5 minutes, or 5 seconds ago was my past.
Right.
5 seconds ahead is my future.
But
So
see-
like she was saying, concentrate on your future because you will always be there on your future instead of concentrating on your past.
That's
If
the
you're concentrating
setup.
on your future and you set goals for yourself, you don't have to worry about the past because you're always looking at the future, so you can't see your past.
See, that's the setup that comes from the mind. Because the Bible says that there is no past.
Like you say.
Hold on a minute, let me
mind-
answer. I got
the
the-
mind is the one that's thinking. You're thinking about your past. The past tries to come up to you and show you the past so you can think about your past. But if your mind thinks about your future, that's where you are, what you're thinking about.
Right.
It's not, what you're thinking about is where you are.
But that mindset is of your father, the devil, though. Because
The
and
devil
he
always
said,
don't want you to cheat
hold on,
codes.
hold
The
on.
devil don't want you to have
Hold
nice
on, man, I
things
got
and
it.
nice cars
I'm in a
and
rush
nice-
here. Hold on.
Okay.
The devil give you that mindset. Okay, this didn't work, so it's in the past. The future going to be better. When God said that there is no past or future, so it's an illusion that's being created by the imagination. That this is bad, so the past is bad. Tomorrow will be better. When there is no tomorrow, the tomorrow is an illusion. And only blind people live thinking that the tomorrow is going to be better than today. And then when you get to your tomorrow, it's even worse than yesterday. And you're really going to trip out because it didn't work out the way that you thought tomorrow would work out. It's all an illusion. All you have is now. And that's why God said, come in the presence of God. Come into my presence. I'm with you now. Everything else is an illusion. And your mindset, which is of the devil, will give you an illusion that tomorrow will be better. But if you can live in the now, in this present of God, there is no illusion. You deal with reality. And you don't judge reality. That makes sense? But you got to overcome that mindset. And the way you overcome that, you got to stop resenting. You got to stop being angry. Because resentful people are judgmental people. They're judging everything, including their own lives. You got to drop your resentment, overcome evil. stop playing God. And then enter into the kingdom so you can be guided by the light instead of by the darkness of your imagination.
What is God? God is truth. And truth is telling the people honesty.
Not in your head, though.
God has said, I am the truth, the light.
Right, but not in your
Telling
imagination.
people lies, that's not God.
Right.
Telling people the truth, that is God.
But God doesn't live in your past or your future. He's with you now. He's with you right now. He's not in the future. He's not in the past. Because there is no past or future, only in the imagination. For instance, that makes sense that this person judged their past because they got a lot of attention at one point. They were the darling of everything at one point, and then that ended, and now they can't move forward because they judged that as being good. And so when they can't even face reality, that's why they escape. People escape in their uses of whatever. Because reality, when you come into reality, if you're a judgmental person, that ego is hurting because it's not getting the attention. It's not as bright and wonderful. People are not carrying on anymore about you. And you've judged that as being good. So, and when you come into reality and you see that you're no good, because life should not be based on what you do. Life should be based on the God you serve, who you are. You know what I'm saying? And so now in reality, people are not looking and paying attention anymore. You gotta get rid of that kind of pain so you become a sex addict, lying, whatever it takes. But you gotta stop making decisions about what's happening right now. You gotta just live your life. And then you won't go through this unnecessary pain. That's what locks people in, is making decisions. Judging as good or bad. I feel good, so this is good. I feel bad, so this is bad. People are paying me attention, this is good. I succeeded at this project. That was good. And now another project come along, I fail at it, I gotta go get drunk. Judgmental people are decision-making people, that's why they judge. They made the decision to judge. They decide. But anyway, to overcome this, you gotta see it for yourself and know thyself, and then let go. Let it be. Don't try to resolve it because there's nothing you can do about it on your own. It's a spiritual battle. And to this person that wrote me the email, how does one stop dwelling on the past? You got to come out of your imagination. Don't think of it as being good or bad. Just enjoy the moment. Just be grateful in the moment. And don't judge it as good or bad. And it works out. It always works out for the good. One way to know that you've entered into the kingdom of within, you notice that you deal with life in a different manner. You're not up and down emotionally. You're not worried about things. You're not judging things. You deal with people. You don't judge people. You deal with life in a different manner when you come into what I'm talking about. So the way to overcome that is you got to let go of the thoughts about the past that seem to be good, and don't take no thought about the present. Just live it. Just observe it. So I encourage you to get a copy of my Be Still and Know CD at no cost, just shipping and handling. So it's a prayer CD that shows you how to calm down and let God take over your life, because He has to take over. These things, the things that have happened to me was because He did it. I didn't even know it existed. If I knew it as a kid, I forgot. But He caused it to happen. So get a copy of my Be Still and Know CD. And if you want counseling, you can also call me at the number below there, 800-411-BOND. We do counseling as well, by phone or in-house. Did this help a little bit today?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And see how everybody had all these fancy answers that you got out the Bible? Yes. And they sound right, and they are, right what you're saying. But you got to understand, the Bible says, so as a man thinketh, so as he is. And then, so if you're thinking these things are good, it's going to screw up your reality. It really will. You got to observe life, become an observer, and not a thinker, not the creator. You got to step back and watch life happen. Not try to create life, not try to make it happen. You have to observe it. All right? Yeah, how about you? You had a question real fast. You got a minute.
Don't you think God brings up the past sometimes to show you something?
No.
You don't?
No. If He says, why would God bring up the past if He says that there is no past or future? God wants you to walk by the light. Do you think the sun not come up sometime so you can remember that, oh, the light is there all the time shining within. And the past is of darkness of the father, the devil, and God doesn't want you to have to go through that. That's why he sent Christ. Thank you for tuning in, folks.